Starkiller Base, the First Order converted the kyber-rich ice planet Ilum into this colossal superweapon. It functioned by draining an entire star of its quintessence, or dark energy, holding this immense power within a thermal oscillator at the planet's core. Unleashed, this phantom energy beam tore through hyperspace, capable of annihilating multiple planets across light years. In its sole combat firing, Starkiller Base obliterated the Hosnian system, the New Republic's capital. Its critical weakness, however, was that same thermal oscillator. Resistance X-wings ruptured it, causing the contained stellar energy to implode, catastrophically destroying the base from within. Xyston-Class Star Destroyers, secretly constructed on Exegol by the Sith Eternal for the resurrected Emperor Palpatine, this final order fleet numbered in the hundreds. Each Xyston-class vessel, resembling an Imperial Star Destroyer, was equipped with a powerful axial superlaser in its ventral hull, capable of annihilating a planet by penetrating its shields and vaporizing its surface. The Derafan, one such destroyer, demonstrated this by obliterating Kijimi. This distributed planet-killing power was ultimately countered during the Battle of Exegol, when the Resistance destroyed the fleet's central navigation tower and targeted the superlaser cannons on individual ships, leading to their catastrophic self-destruction. Operation Cinder, Emperor Palpatine's posthumous scorched-earth command, initiated after his death at Endor. This Imperial contingency deployed orbital climate disruption arrays, clusters of satellites designed to catastrophically manipulate a planet's weather. These arrays generated apocalyptic electrical storms and fatal atmospheric upheavals, weaponizing a world's own climate against its populace. Worlds like Vardos were devastated, and even Palpatine's homeworld of Naboo was targeted. The intended purpose was pure revenge and to cripple the nascent New Republic. Many attacks were thwarted by New Republic forces and dissenting Imperials, like Iden Versio, horrified by the order to destroy loyal worlds. Operation Cinder largely ceased with the Empire's final major defeat at the Battle of Jakku. The arc pulse generator, cruelly codenamed the Duchess, this Imperial superweapon, ironically invented by a young coerced Sabine Wren at Mandalore's Imperial Academy, was designed to specifically target and exterminate Mandalorians. When activated, it emitted a massive electromagnetic pulse precisely tuned to Mandalorian Beskar alloy, instantly superheating the armor and incinerating the wearer inside their suit. This horrific weapon left non-Beskar materials and Imperial troops completely unharmed. Deployed by Governor Tiber Saxon, its battlefield test vividly demonstrated its genocidal potential. However, Sabine Wren, consumed by guilt, later infiltrated Saxon's Star Destroyer and successfully overloaded the weapon's core, destroying the only prototype and wiping Imperial research data to prevent its reconstruction. The Malachor Sith Temple superweapon. Thousands of years before the Empire, this ancient Sith battle station on Malachor, attributed to Darth Tanis, housed a catastrophic power. Activated by a Sith holocron placed in its central obelisk and fueled by a giant kyber crystal, the temple could unleash an energy shockwave across the planet's surface. Its most infamous use resulted in the Great Scourge of Malachor, instantly petrifying thousands of Jedi and Sith combatants, leaving their stone-like forms as an eternal battlefield. In the Imperial era, Maul attempted to harness this power, but the weapon was ultimately destroyed when Kanan Jarrus removed the activating Sith holocron, causing the unstable temple and its kyber core to collapse. The Malevolence, a subjugator-class heavy cruiser and General Grievous's flagship, this separatist behemoth terrorized Republic fleets early in the Clone Wars. Measuring nearly 5 kilometers long, its primary superweapon consisted of twin colossal mega-ion cannons. When fired, these unleashed an enormous ion pulse that instantly disabled the shields, weapons, and engines of entire enemy flotillas, leaving them adrift and defenseless. The Malevolence would then systematically destroy these crippled vessels with its hundreds of conventional turbolasers. After inflicting heavy losses, including Jedi Master Plo Koon's task force, the Fleet Killer was ultimately destroyed when Anakin Skywalker sabotaged its Navi computer, causing it to fatally collide with the dead moon of Antar during an attempted hyperspace jump. The Scaranol Ancient Walker, a colossal four-legged war machine built by an unknown ancient civilization, this superweapon lay dormant for millennia within a mountain on the remote planet Scaranol. Its activation required inserting a crystalline keystone, the heart of the mountain, which caused the entire mountain structure to unfurl into the towering walker. Crowned with a devastating energy cannon, it could emit a concentrated beam, incinerating vast portions of the landscape. Accidentally awakened by Clone Force 99, its brief rampage was halted when they managed to remove the keystone, triggering the walker's immediate deactivation and catastrophic self-destruction, ensuring this ancient terror remained entombed. the Darksaber, not the Mandalorian blade, but a colossal legend superweapon. Durga the Hutt's ill-fated attempt to build a budget Death Star around 12 ABY, designed by original Death Star engineer Bevel Lemelisk using stolen plans, it was essentially a massive superlaser encased in a 140-kilometer-long durasteel cylinder, stripped of most defenses and support systems to cut costs, plagued by shoddy materials, outdated computers, and an inept crew. Its single attempt to fire its planet-destroying weapon in the Hoth asteroid field resulted in a pathetic misfire. Moments later, the unwieldy station drifted into two massive asteroids and was utterly crushed, killing Durga and all aboard, a superweapon defeated by its own incompetence before it could harm anyone else. The Galaxy Gun, a terrifying superweapon from Emperor Palpatine's reborn Dark Empire, this immense 7,250-meter-long space cannon, orbiting the deep-core throne world of Biss, fired massive, hyperspace-capable missiles armed with particle disintegrator warheads. Each projectile could traverse the galaxy to strike without warning, calibrated to annihilate targets from cities to entire planets, as demonstrated by the destruction of the New Republic's pinnacle base and the planet Ixacar. The Galaxy Gun met its end in a spectacular cataclysm when Palpatine's flagship, the Eclipse II, was sabotaged by R2-D2 to ram the station. The collision destroyed the gun, and a misfired warhead then obliterated Biss itself, along with much of the Imperial fleet. World Devastators. Deployed by the reborn Emperor Palpatine's Dark Empire, these colossal automated factory ships didn't just destroy planets, they consumed them. Using powerful tractor beams, Devastators ripped apart cities and planetary crust, feeding the raw materials into internal furnaces and foundries. In real time, this ingested matter was converted into new TIE fighters, battle droids, and even more World Devastators, creating a self-sustaining, ever-expanding war machine. During the assault on Mon Calamari, these behemoths turned floating cities into slag, simultaneously producing new Imperial assets. Heavily armed and capable of self-repair, they were nearly unstoppable by conventional means, finally defeated only when R2-D2 uploaded a computer virus, causing the network Devastators to turn on and destroy each other. Centerpoint Station, an ancient celestial artifact of unimaginable scale, this colossal station, hundreds of kilometers in diameter, resided in the Corellian system. Constructed over 100,000 years before the Republic, its primary tool was a hyperspace tractor beam, powerful enough to move entire planets and stars. It was, in fact, used to engineer the Corellian system itself. However, this same technology could be weaponized into the Starbuster, capable of inducing distant stars to go supernova, obliterating entire systems, as tragically demonstrated with the Phanta Zilbra system. Requiring a unique force attunement for precise control, its immense power was highly unstable and prone to miscalibration. After millennia of dormancy and several dangerous reactivations, Centerpoint Station was ultimately destroyed by the Galactic Alliance to prevent its catastrophic misuse in galactic conflicts. The Starforge, an ancient and malevolent creation of the Rakatan Infinite Empire, this colossal space station was far more than a shipyard. It was a semi-sentient superweapon. Orbiting the star of Rakata Prime, the Starforge drew energy and matter directly from it, fusing this with potent dark side force energies to endlessly construct fleets of starships and battle droids. Critically, it fed on the negative emotions of its users, amplifying their anger and hatred and corrupting them while boosting its own production. Rediscovered by Darth Malak during the Jedi Civil War, its infinite armada nearly crushed the Republic. The Starforge was ultimately destroyed by Republic forces, led by a redeemed Revan, who overloaded its systems during the climactic battle of Rakata Prime, ending its threat of unending war. The Eclipse-class Star Destroyers, flagships of the reborn Emperor Palpatine during the Dark Empire saga, these colossal 17.5-kilometer-long dreadnoughts, the Eclipse and Eclipse II, dwarfed even Executor-class vessels. Each mounted a devastating axial superlaser in its prow, capable of cracking a planet's crust or instantly vaporizing enemy capital ships. Combined with hundreds of turbo lasers and powerful gravity well projectors, they were mobile symbols of terror. The first Eclipse ravaged Pinnacle Base before being consumed by Palpatine's own out-of-control force storm. Its successor, Eclipse II, met its end when R2-D2 sabotaged its navigation, causing it to fatally collide with the Galaxy Gun superweapon, triggering Bice's destruction. The Eye of Palpatine, a colossal, automated Imperial battle moon, this legend superweapon was built in secret early in the Empire's reign for Operation Nightfall, a mission to exterminate Jedi survivors. Designed to be crewless and AI-controlled, the 19-kilometer-long dreadnought was heavily armed for planetary bombardment and troop deployment. However, it was sabotaged by Jedi Master Callista Ming, whose spirit became trapped within its computer core, preventing its initial mission. Decades later, in 12 ABY, it reactivated, attempting to fulfill its ancient orders by mistakenly recruiting Jawas and Gamorreans. Luke Skywalker, with Callista's aid from within the machine, managed to trigger the Eye's self-destruct, ending its ghostly, genocidal voyage. The Dark Reaper, an ancient Sith superweapon from the Great Hyperspace War, later redeployed by Exar Kun. Its terror lay in the Force Harvester, a device that drained the living Force energy from all beings in its vicinity, killing them instantly. This stolen life essence then powered the Dark Reaper itself, which unleashed devastating energy blasts. Particularly lethal to Jedi, it bypassed conventional defenses by attacking life directly. Millennia later, Count Dooku reconstructed the Dark Reaper during the Clone Wars, using it to slaughter clone armies on Fu. It was ultimately destroyed by Anakin Skywalker, who, guided by the spirit of Ulic Qel-Droma, learned an ancient Jedi technique to resist its life-draining field and obliterate its core. The Mass Shadow Generator, a Republic superweapon from the Mandalorian Wars, deployed once with horrific decisiveness at the Battle of Malachor V. Devised by engineer Bao De under Jedi General Revan, this device didn't fire a beam, but catastrophically amplified Malachor V's natural gravitational anomalies. When activated, it created an immense gravity well that crushed both the Mandalorian Armada and much of the Republic fleet caught in its vicinity, smashing them onto the planet's surface and shattering Malachor V itself. Millions died instantly, creating a profound wound in the Force that scarred survivors like Mitra Surik, the Jedi exile. This single, devastating use ended the Mandalorian Wars, but left Malachor a twisted graveyard, a testament to the brutal cost of victory through such indiscriminate power.